Hey guys, episode number 5, I think. We're going to do shocks today. These are $22 a set. They're aluminum tops and aluminum bottoms, aluminum spring perch. I did notice when I took these in that there's almost no oil in them. They just put enough oil in there to get them out the door, about like everything else. So there's only a few drops of oil in there, just enough to lubricate the cylinder before they send them out. We're going to take these apart and put oil in them. Good old Axial 30 weight oil. And we'll put them all together. We're going to get them installed on the cheap parts truck today. Let's see how well this goes. All right, one thing we're going to do first off is we're going to take these little end caps off of here. Like that. Put just a spot of thread lock on there because I noticed when I first got them that they are super loose. I really don't want that to cause me an issue later on. The adjusters are aluminum, the bodies are aluminum. Caps are also aluminum, and they do have a little bladder in the top. I'm going to fill these with 30 weight because, well, that's what I've got the most of from Axial. I figure if they're agreeing with it, then I'm not going to argue. Alright, got all the shocks filled with oil. I did Loctite all the bases just because I don't really want that to fall off and lose that little spacer there while I'm out on the trail. We'll get the, there's just a little bit of pushback on there, but not a lot. So the spring should keep it where it's supposed to be. And we'll be able to get them on the truck in just a second once I get everything reassembled. I have to admit I've had to rebuild several shocks recently, and this little cell block thing here from Crawler Innovations with the extra holes for the shocks has been just absolutely fantastic. I can get everything put in there and it stands them up. It holds the shocks. It's even got a little slot here that I suppose if you wanted to and had a really thin phone, you could put a phone in there, but it's not what I use it for. Anyway, you can get one of these from Crawler Innovations online. They'll be glad to hear from you. Bobbity bobbity bow. Somebody asked me about these pliers the other day. These are, I don't even know how old. I picked them up back when I was collecting old tools. These are Industro, made in Chicago. It was made in America. Imagine how long ago that was. But it is a number 3411. These are really short, basically just channel locks. These things have been great. I wish they'd make something this good, this size again. All right, that's both the rear ones on as well. They actually look really good. They even match up with this, I believe that was an extra speed as well. It's an extra speed rear axle. It's all aluminum. Comes with the metal brace up top and all of that stuff. You can probably actually mount a servo up there as well if you have the plate and all of that stuff. Of course, you have to change the end caps, which also are aluminum. These things come pretty well greased. The fit and finish is pretty good. They ran the middle a little fast, and it's got some ridging right there, but it actually turned out pretty well. Anyway, I thought the red shocks would go well with the red differential pan there, and we'll see how well they work. I laid the shocks down a little bit this time because these springs seem like they're a lot stiffer than the shocks I'm taking off. The ones I took off of the back were actually slash two-wheel drive, or I think they were actually Rustler rear shocks. They're just the regular black banded white spring shocks. They actually work pretty well. So I'm hoping these will work half as well as those. That'd be really nice. But I laid them down to the forward position. I did the same thing in the front because these springs are really stiff. Now, the ones I took off of the front were the blue ones, and they were a double spring with a little aluminum collar, and they look really good. The problem is they stick. They stick a lot. You can feel that ring grinding as you put pressure on that spring, but these things stick a lot. They didn't ever leak, but they also weren't ever that great either. And the bottom of that one's loose as well. I'm surprised I didn't lose that piece. Anyway, these will go get cleaned up and drained out. A little bit of fresh oil to keep them alive and put back on the shelf. I may need them for something else someday. These, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but these are really smooth. I think they've got probably a 45 or 50 weight oil in them, but they moved plenty, and they're designed to just be static like that. They're not designed to move around like we do on these, so they'll also go back in the box. Red shocks are on. I really like that red in there. It kind of matches the rest of the truck. With the red fuel tank, I actually painted that fuel tank. That's not the decal. It was a lot easier just to cut the protective coating and give it a shot of translucent red over that silver than it was to try to put that sticker in there and hope that it would stick. But the shocks went in, and they look pretty good. I'm happy with that. We'll get a battery in, we'll do a little run real quick, and then we'll be done for today. Thanks.